Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engine. It's been a while. Yeah, I deleted and reinstalled the game, and that seems to have fixed the graphical issues, more or less. I don't know where the hell I am. Well, okay, I said more or less. Oh no, it's there, never mind. More or less, I guess, is true. Time paused. Oh, time resume. I have no idea where I am. Some warm Terra-looking planet moon around some gas giant without a name. Right then, where the hell am I? Also, was that the star I'm looking at over here? Yeah, it is the star. Those rays, man. That's beautiful. This game just gets better and better with every update, as most of them do. Although some games do get progressively worse. Actually, I say that, but I can't really think of one offhand, so I'm not sure. I want to. I'll just nod manually then. I always felt that Kerbal Space Program they rushed, like they rushed out of beta way too quickly, because there were so many things that they still needed to add. They still need to add to the game for it to really be considered a full game, I suppose. Like, I don't know. It seems very, like, it has a lot to it, but it still feels very much beta. I don't know. It's like Kerbal Space Program is one of those games where you need to have mods to really flush it out and make it a full game, and that's really just not cool. It's like mods should enhance or do things to games that aren't normally there. They shouldn't fix the game. But whatever. The new update coming out is gonna add a lot of new and cool stuff. It'll be great. If only they could it was actually funny because they were originally gonna add clouds to Kerbin and all that into the planets, but the developers were like, oh, we don't know how to do it in a way that'll like be conducive to the performance of the game. And then a bunch of mods came out that made nice looking clouds and everything that and it didn't really hinder oh, there we go, the game's performance at all. And the developers are still like, we're not gonna add clouds for reasons that we're not gonna explain. So it's like, all right, I suppose. Oh, let's go here. It's actually really funny if you go to which I suggest you don't. But oh, god damn it. If you go to Video Games General on 4chan, seriously don't. It's like the worst place ever. The people there are awful. But if you go there, the Kerbal Space Program general threads are always, like, they always start with the same little blurb, basically talking about how the developers have betrayed them and don't buy the game, torrent it instead because it's not worth the money, as it currently is, because it's, they didn't flesh it out or fill it out at all. And they're not terribly wrong about that, but, maybe not to that degree. I bought the game just because. But I don't know. It's seriously, don't go there. Those people are terrible. I was in an Ace Combat general thread. Worst experience of my life. Those people were just like, like everyone there. Well, the Space Station 13 general threads were actually generally pretty good, but surprisingly, the Ace Combat threads, the people there were just absolute assholes to the like most severe degree. It's like I was talking about like a lot of the backstory in the game, and they don't apparently care. I love the backstory in those games, and I was talking about basically I was talking about why I felt betrayed by Namco because they stopped doing games in the Prime universe and kept doing games in the real universe. And that pissed me off. But apparently to those people they don't care. They just want fast planes that shoot things and explode, and they have absolutely no care for story. Which sucks, because I love story more than the actual gameplay itself, which it's pretty damn great. Ace Combat 5 is still my favorite game of all times. I never play them for my channel because I don't really have a way to do that. Actually, I need like a PS2 emulator, and it wouldn't work, because my PS3 can't play PS2 games because it's an older model, and apparently backwards compatibility is a bad thing to modern game consoles. There's a reason why I haven't turned on my PlayStation in years. Well, maybe a year or two, because it became a waste of my time to play on the console because there were so many there's so many restrictions and stuff. It wasn't worth it. Any game that I want to play worth playing, I can just play on my computer. So it's like, eh. Although when Ace Combat 7 comes out, I may possibly think about getting a PS4, but I don't really want to. Like, I don't actually want a PS4, but I really, really want to play Ace Combat 7 because I've been waiting for 10 years for it to show up, and it's finally going to exist, and I'm really looking forward to that. That cluster is looking nice. Globular. A lot of globulars here. This is the Milky Way, right? Yes, it is. Okay, good. I was about to say, it's like, I'm not just pandering to some random galaxy, am I? Wait, sequence. But video games aside, still can't play No Man's Sky, actually. I've been talking to the developers, and again, they've been semi-helpful in terms of actually getting back to me, but the game is still broken, and I still can't play it because it's weird. I kept telling them it's like my graphics card can't run OpenGL 4.5, can only run 4.3, and they kept telling me to like send them information, send them this, send them that, send them copies of this and that and all these logs, and then a week later, they were finally like, yeah, we think it might just be your graphics card, and it's like, really? You mean the thing that I've been saying for a week, and I keep telling you that this is probably what it is, and that's the conclusion you came to? Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Best customer support ever. Thank you, Hello Games, for literally wasting 2 years of my life. I still have the game. I haven't... Actually, I don't think I can return it, actually. Because I pre-purchased it, like I did whatever, so it's just going to sit there being non-functional on my computer until I can replace my graphics card. I still can't. My birthday was actually on the 15th, but I don't really do much stuff for my birthday, so nothing really came of it. I didn't get anything really, or get any money or anything, so who knows. It's all about not having any money ever to do anything. That's not terribly true. I'm going to be getting some more parts for my suit here pretty soon. Well, basically whenever I get around to it, because I can. I just haven't done it for a while, because it's been a really crappy 2 months. Holy hell. But I think everything's coming up Millhouse, and I think that I've figured some stuff out. Ugh, this is boring. Let's go. Oh, what did I do? I pushed F2 and bad things happened. Oh. Oh. Well, that was terrifying. Anyways, I had one person request that I go to Galifrey from Doctor Who, and they even gave me a number, so we're gonna go there and check it out. Wait, 906B. B. 106-906B. I actually haven't watched Doctor Who since David Tennant left, so I'm not terribly sure. Wait a minute. I did get this right? 106-906B. I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure Galifrey was a little more orange and a little more terrestrial, and not this. Unless the Time Lords enjoyed breathing hydrogen and helium in a very, very cold, thick, dense, liquid, metallic hydrogen atmosphere. Oh my. Is there anybody else here? No. Now, is it because of the location? I'm not actually sure. I don't know what was being on about, because I don't really know any of the backstory of Galifrey, like in terms of realistic analogs. I can tell you realistic analogs of Star Trek planets, but my Doctor Who is a little rusty, so I'm gonna go over the assumption that this was supposed to be a different. No, this is. I am really confused. You'll have to get back to me on that one, whoever requested that, and explain to me how this is Galifrey. Because it physically doesn't look like or behave like Galifrey, but maybe the star is. It's a planet all by itself. Wow, what a lonely existence. Well, actually, it's a real planet, so it probably has siblings elsewhere in that system, but we can't see it yet. God, I have something's been like blowing in or something, whatever, and it's giving me like this. Not really like I'm not sick or anything, but it's kind of like a chest raspy thing, like allergies or whatever. I love fall, but holy hell, I wish it would stop being dry outside. It was like raining all summer, and it was actually kind of nice, but I'm kind of looking forward to the first snowfall and stuff when everything just kind of goes away and it's clean and crisp and lovely. I love fall, I really do. It has all the best things. My favorite holiday is Halloween because it's not actually a holiday. It's just fun, and I love costumes, and everyone knows that. Yeah, I'm excited. I go to a costume Halloween party every year. So like with friends or family friends, I should say. And every year I do a different costume, and this year I'm doing Captain Kirk because one of the people who goes there, he always does Captain Picard like just every year. So I figured it'd be amusing to be Captain Kirk this year, and it's like Star Trek. So it's gonna be great. I love that costume. Actually, funny story about that. I was looking for costumes, and like you can get like licensed, really realistic like replica costumes from like the StarTrek.com, but they're like $200, and it's like, yeah, no, I cannot afford that on a costume right now. At one point, I probably would have been able to, but at this point, no, I cannot. So my idea was I was gonna buy a cheaper one, like from the Chinese costume shop, which is my usual go-to, and then just modify and improve it afterwards, because that's just I find that to be a very easy way to make costumes, or not make, but like to get costumes, is you buy cheap ones from cheap buyers, and then add to and improve them yourself. Anyways, and I got this Captain Kirk costume, and it's not perfect. Like it has a number of discrepancies, but the thing is, despite that, it's really well made. It fits really well, and it actually looks really nice. So I don't really like. I'm not actually gonna do any modifications to it because it really like if I was going for spot on, accurate, perfect, then yeah, there's a few things I'd change, but other than that, oh, I like it a lot. So it's like, yeah, okay. I'm actually quite pleased with it. I was actually really impressed by that. I had to make mention of that when I left my Run with Life. I had to make mention of that when I left my feedback on their store because I was really impressed by actually it was actually not bad. It was good. All right, what do we have here? I'm gonna go off the assumption that this is purple because it looks kind of purple to me. But again, being colorblind, I apparently get purple mixed up with blue and even red sometimes. So I'm just going to go off to the assumption that this is either purple or pink, because it kind of looks like both to me. Ugh, stupid eyes. But let's do some investigations on this here planet. Info, please. We have a biogenic terrestrial, organic, and a unicellular. Lovely. Let's look at some physical characteristics. The atmosphere composition is mostly carbon dioxide. That's, wow. Let's try this thing. There we go. Physical general. That's just all that. Atmospheric, here we go. Yeah, so we got CO2 and carbon dioxide, oxygen, and argon. 99.9% carbon dioxide at only, wow, 530 parts per million of oxygen? Wait a minute. They're unicellular. Okay, so they're microscopic. So this might be, what's the age? Mass, gravity, age, life. 2.862 to the power of 10 years. That's like what, 2.8 billion? Oh, I forget. 1 second. Okay, I'm terrible at mathematics, but I'm pretty sure that's 2.86210 to the power of 9, which means billion. Because the to the power of means how many zeros come afterwards, so 9 would equal billion. I think a billion's 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. So if I'm reading this correctly, which I'm probably not, it's like half the age of Earth, roughly, give or take. Actually, I'm going to go back to Earth and see what its time is. I know how long that is, and that'll determine this for me. We all have our oh god, Earth. We all have our strengths in science, and we also have our weaknesses, and mine is mathematics. So, well, it depends, actually. I'm good at some things, but terrible at others. And, yeah, my game did that thing, you know, when it's like, trying to function, and it's looking all elegant and pretty, and then it trips and falls down the stairs. Yeah, that's what it did. Anyways. Info, let's do something. Oh. Oh. Nifty, that's not what I care about right now. General. Age, 4.5. Yeah, okay, so it was, 2 point whatever it was billion years. I was right. Alright, so I was reading that correctly. So although I'm terrible at math, or at some mathematics, I'm apparently not as bad as I previously thought. I'm good at like trigonometry and geometry, and most other maths. Calculus I'm actually fairly good at. I'm terrible at algebra. Like I'm really bad at algebra. What was I doing? Actually, I've gotten a little better recently, but yeah, I'm not terribly good at it. I want starships. Starships. I want a science ship, because I like science. Yeah, I love that. Oh, and okay. That's right, moving a little bit actually moved me like a very, very, very long. Let's take control of it. Whoop. Isn't that lovely? Let's do an experiment, because it's actually functioning. I'm gonna go to Proxima Centauri, everyone's favorite red dwarf. Unless you enjoy, British comedy. Or if you're more impartial to Wolf 359 because of Star Trek. Anyways, where's the warp button? I want to warp there. I actually really enjoy Red Dwarf. It's a great show. Alright, we gain some speed. Or we kill our velocity. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm sure the developer has his reasons. Ooh, actually, look at these engines. They're kind of off-kilter like that. I wonder if they're antimatter engines. Because like, that's one thing about antimatter engines is if you have them close or near your spacecraft, you want to make sure that they're aimed slightly away from the body of your spacecraft, and especially away from any crew compartments, because antimatter engines, although they produce a shit ton of thrust and are very efficient, they also dump out a lot of hard radiation. Like a lot. That's why it's like with the Project Valkyrie spacecraft, which we had like a little spacecraft on a very long, like 10-kilometer tether with the engines way at the front pulling it. Even then, the engines were always kind of tilted, kind of skewed outwards, just to make sure that there absolutely was no radiation being shot at the crew capsule. Actually, in Avatar, same thing. If you look at the ship, the engines are aimed outward a little bit for just that reason, because again, lots of hard radiation coming out of those engines. And the giant radiators, I actually suspect that those are antimatter engines, or at least they're supposed to be. Oh, they're beautiful. And there's the ablative disc, or shield in the front. There's two of them. Actually, that's also pretty clever, because like if you're traveling at really, really high speeds, you have, instead of having a massive thick-ass shield in the front, you can have multiple thinner ones. And what happens is, the one at the very front, it'll impact debris and basically convert them into plasma because so much energy gets pumped into them. And then the second or third shields will then absorb the like the plasma. Oh, there's my cat again. Will absorb the like the plasma shower and keep you from dying. Hello, Lilith. How can I help you? Are you cold? You're always cold. Well, not always, but what? Are you bored? It's 2 in the morning. Why are you awake? You sleep all day, that's why. Ah, we seem to be arriving at our destination. Yeah, it's always one or the other. Either Susie comes in and talks to me, or it's Lilith comes in and talks to me. And it's always at like 2 or 5 in the morning. It's because my sleep schedule is really screwed up. But it's screwed up for reasons that are beyond my control, so... Well, more or less beyond my control. I have some control over it, but it's just difficult. We're not going to get into that, because when I talk about my mental health problems, it gets really depressing really fast. 21 minutes. I think we should end it there. Yeah, we'll come back next time, and I'll see if I can do an entire episode where I'm just piloting spaceships. Because I tried doing that once, and it ended very badly, so I'm going to do it again. But this time we're going to actually pilot a spaceship, and it's going to be wonderful, and it's going to be great. And I was actually going to talk about superconductors this episode and got completely distracted. Whatever. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, all that stuff. You can recommend where you want me to go next, and I'll do that, and it'll be wonderful. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and space.